What up? What up? What up? This is episode number 4 of the Rec League podcast. And if you have listened to the first 3 episodes, man, it is highly appreciated, man. Like, this is some things that I was nervous going into, and now that I'm trying to find a groove, you know what I mean, learn a little something new about the show that I want to do different every week, I appreciate y'all growing with me. This show was recorded completely out of order, so you're going to see on YouTube a couple wardrobe changes. I made some flubs. I misspoke a couple times in segments that I had recorded, and just roll with me. I will correct myself as I go. On today's episode, I'm going to talk about a couple headlines here and there. Me, OldManLawrence, Leagcy gets on, and with the NFL season coming up, we spin the sports segments giving our predictions for the season. And then with Eminem surprising the world with that Kamikaze album, OldManLawrence comes back and we break that down. I ran some poll questions on the Twitter page that I want to get y'all the results for. And the first one being, which was your favorite August release? The choices were Christopher Robin, The Meg, Crazy Rich Asians, and the Happy Time Murders. And as I do on every poll question, man, I want you guys to comment the choices that I don't make available to choose from. So Christopher Robin won with 39%. The Meg upset Crazy Rich Asians with 31%. Crazy Rich Asians got 25%. And the Happy Time Murders come in last at 5%. I got 3 comments, replies, whatever the Twitter vernacular is for the darkest minds. I got two replies for Black Klansman, which I really want to see and haven't because my theater hasn't got it, and then 1 for Alpha. The second Twitter poll I ran was, which was your favorite summer movie? Because, you know, the summer movie season ended Labor Day weekend. My choices were Avengers Infinity War, Deadpool 2, Incredibles 2, and Mission Impossible Fallout. Of course, you know what I'm saying, like if you saw the episode with Awesome Joe where we talked about summer movies, Avengers Infinity War won the poll with 44%. And, Incredibles 2 and Mission Impossible Fallout tied with 25%, and then Deadpool 2 came in last at 6%. No replies for that one. And then the third poll I ran was, which September release are you most looking forward to? The choices were The Nun, The Predator, A Simple Favor, and Smallfoot. The Nun and The Predator tied for first with 29%. A Simple Favor came in next at 26%, and then Smallfoot got 16%. Appreciate you if you voted on those. I'll run, or in between the next episode, this episode and the next one, I'll run another poll or two. And when I come back, I'm gonna get into the movie portion of the episode, talk about some headlines, and then get into the fall movie preview, man. But man, right quick, before I talk about movies and the headlines and the fall schedule and this, that, and the third, I went to, if you guys, that's what I want to say, if you guys get a chance, go to the Impractical Jokers Cranjis McBasketball World Comedy Tour, man. Me and my wife went to San Antonio last night. They were in San Antonio and did 2 shows. It was hysterical. I was laughing so hard that I couldn't catch my breath at times. It was that funny, man. No lie. And even their opening act, a comedian named Chris Johnston came out, got the crowd ready a little bit, and he was hysterical, man. Huge props. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he'll never hear this. I'm sure they'll never hear this, man. And Practical Jokers, man, the Tenderloins, they got the funniest show on TV. And Practical Jokers, hands down, is the funniest show on TV. And that also brings me into a real quick little segue. The fall TV schedule is rolling out. Over the past couple weeks, Netflix has released Ozark Season 2, Iron Fist Season 2, and the current season of Power is ending. As of when this show gets published, will have ended. And then Showtime, I think, is bringing back The Deuce. They got Ballers underway. I mean, HBO has Ballers underway. The Deuce is coming back. But Showtime is prepping a new season of Ray Donovan. Kidding with Jim Carrey is recording on my DVR. Season 9 of Shameless has recently started. And over the next coming weeks, I know that I think CBS has like Magnum P.I. coming. Cedric the Entertainer has a sitcom coming. Damian Wayans Jr. I almost said Keegan-Michael Key. Damian Wayans Jr. has a new show coming out. I saw commercials for those. And then you'll have the comic book stuff as far as Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, all that stuff coming. TV season is kicking back up. Like, this is my favorite time of the year as far as entertainment, sports, NBA coming back soon, all these TV shows coming. Like, it's so much to look forward to if you're just a fan of entertainment. Couch potatoes like me, man. So now, officially, let's get into the movie segment.
You at the mall getting dinner at the food court. I'm in LA eating 22 course. Young boss, bitch, paper in my pockets. I got a closet filled with shoe boxes. Mom said my spending habit a little bit obnoxious, but a pilot stayed fresh up in his cockpit. Used to rock hand-me-downs. Now buy some clothes, wear them out. Hit the club, bitches pull their cameras out. Living in a dream, they beginning to believe. My hotel smell like cigarettes and weed. Shit, with what I'm spitting, they should give me a degree. Good liquor, what I'm sipping.
And we are back, man. We're gonna talk some movies. Before we talk some movies, I just want to say R.I.P. Burt Reynolds. He passed away in between the last couple episodes, and between this episode and the last episode. Icon in Hollywood, man. Smokey and the Bandit, Deliverance, Boogie Nights, to name a couple of his movies. I want, if you want the audio, I want you to send in a voice message. What was your favorite Burt Reynolds movie? If you on YouTube, I want some comments. What was your favorite Burt Reynolds movie? Me, like, it's a toss up for me, man. Like, I think Boogie Nights is real dope. I love Boogie Nights. I also love the Longest Yard remake that he did with Adam Sandler. I rewatched that a few months ago. And to transition into some of those headlines, man, we finally got a trailer, a commercial. It's on TV, so I guess it's a commercial. We got a commercial for the new season of True Detective, starring Mahershala Ali, and I'm excited. I mean, I'm in the minority that thought True Detective season 2 was good. I think True Detective season 1 is some of the best TV over the past 10 years. To include Breaking Bad, to include Mad Men, Game of Thrones. But yeah, True Detective Season 3 looks very dope, based off one commercial / trailer. And my man's friend of the show, OldManLawrence, he replied on Twitter after I shared the trailer that Mahershala Ali is a dope actor, an underrated actor, and he hopes that he gets more work or something like that. Like, can't wait to see the show because he's an underrated actor. And some Twitter Joe Schmo Schmuck pretentious has to have an answer for everything, because that's what Twitter is for. Everybody has an outlet to get their opinion out there. Well, I think his Oscar would disagree. Let me say something. You can be underappreciated at your craft, underrated at your craft, and still have accolades. There are tons of Oscar winners who are slept on, and that's all I'll say about that. But just because you on Twitter, man, you don't have to voice your opinion because you disagree with something, man. Mahershala Ali is very underrated. Moonlight, which he won his Oscar for. He was in the Hunger Games closing movies. I think he was in just the Mockingjay movies. Cottonmouth in the Marvel Netflix world is one of the most underrated characters because they did him a disservice. Cottonmouth was my favorite character of Luke Cage season 1. And also it was announced that Alec Baldwin has signed on to play Thomas Wayne in the Todd Phillips directed, I think still Martin Scorsese produced, Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie. And then 48 hours later, it was announced that due to scheduling conflicts, not to any other clickbait headline, due to scheduling conflicts, Alec Baldwin had to step away. And I just hope they don't shoehorn and force a Wayne into this movie just because it's a Joker DC movie. Like, I think you can give a Joker, you can create a Joker origin because there's no concrete Joker origin without forcing a Wayne into the movie. And I think that Thomas Wayne in this movie is supposed to have like a dishonest history, which I don't like that either because Thomas Wayne is always somebody who's inspired and drove Bruce Wayne to be Batman. I think there was maybe one other headline that I maybe wanted to mention before I got into the fall movies, and I'm blanking on what that might be at this moment. Oh, the Entertainment Weekly Captain Marvel stuff. I mean, I crushed on Black Widow. I crushed on Scarlet Witch. As far as MCU, I crushed on Gamora. Brie Marvel looks great as Captain Marvel. I think the de-aging that they did on Samuel L. Jackson looks like when he was filming Captain Marvel, he was right down the road filming The Long Kiss Goodnight at the same time. I can't wait for a trailer. I can't wait for a poster. I kind of doubt it at the time I'm literally recording this right now, but I thought that maybe during the first Monday Night Football game we get a Captain Marvel trailer. I'm not so sure anymore. But yeah, like, I can't wait to see what happens. Ben Mendelsohn. I'm kind of hoping there is an Everett Ross, James Rhodes cameo that they're not mentioning, with them both being Air Force related, like Carol Danvers is. I can't wait to see this movie, man. Like, as invested as I am in the MCU, like, and there doesn't need, like, it takes place in the 90s for the most part, from what I understand. You don't need Infinity War connections. There can be one post-credit scene. If you haven't seen Infinity War, I won't spoil it, but there can be one post-credit scene or a mid-credit scene referencing what happened in the Infinity War post-credit scene. That's all the connection that Captain Marvel needs. And before I get into the fall movies, you know, because once the show's arranged, it's going to be in order, but the way I'm recording it, it sounds off, because I recorded my fall movie preview before I recorded what I'm saying right now. I misspoke when I talked about Night School, and I said that Malcolm D. Lee directed the Think Like a Man movies. Those were directed by Tim Story. They're still dope. They're still entertaining. And Malcolm D. Lee did do Barbershop: The Next Cut, which I also really enjoyed. So let's just get right into the fall movie preview. And man, one thing that I keep forgetting to do, I know I forgot last episode because I wanted to talk about Deadpool 2 a little bit. I keep forgetting to mention the new releases as far as DVD, Blu-ray, theater. So theatrically, Peppermint was just released, and I'll talk about it in the fall movie preview. My review is on my YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel. Search Randy Little for all of that. And I thought Peppermint was one of the better action movies of the year. It's in the same class, in my opinion, as Equalizer 2, Mile 22, as being, you know, a straight action movie. It's like Jennifer Garner is a beast in this movie. I think, you know, it's Pierre Morel's best movie after Taken, because I haven't seen From Paris with Love. I don't like The Gunman. Didn't like The Gunman. And next weekend, the weekend in between shows, you got The Predator, which I'm hyped for, A Simple Favor, which I really want to see, and White Boy Rick, which I really want to see. Recently on Blu-ray, Adrift came out. It's a blind buy for me, and I like Baltasar Kormakov, who directed Contraband with Mark Wahlberg, Two Guns with Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg, and he also directed Everest with Josh Brolin, Jake Gyllenhaal, Jason Clarke, Robin Wright. Like, that's got an extensive cast. I enjoy all of his movies, and I'm looking forward to eventually watching Adrift. I don't know when I'm going to see it. But next weekend, you got Ocean's 8, which I thought was a very enjoyable sequel / reboot to the Ocean series. If you're a fan, definitely grab those. And then The Big Bang Theory season 11 comes out too. I think those are like the two big home media releases that I'm really looking forward to. I'm always welcoming voice messages on the audio. I'm always welcoming comments on YouTube. And I want to know what y'all are adding to y'all home media collections, whether it's digital, whether it's DVD, whether it's Blu-ray, whether it's 4K. Let me know, and I'll share comments and voice messages as long as they're clean and contributing to the conversation in future episodes, man. So once again, I know I pump fake before. Here comes the fall movie preview. Yo, so we got through the movie headlines. Now, like I said at the beginning of the episode, we are going to get into some fall movies. And what I consider fall movies is September, October, and November. So let's just start off with this weekend, and that's September 7th. We got The Nun, which is a Conjuring spinoff, if I'm not mistaken. Possession movies, spirit movies, stuff like that. It's not my flavor, so I'm not familiar with this series or this franchise. It has its fans, though, as you saw in the poll question results. And then Peppermint also comes out this weekend, and this is one that I was looking forward to. And just search for my review on YouTube. Search my name, Randy Little. My review will be on that page. And September 14th, we got a movie that I will say is highly anticipated. I won't say the trailers have been garbage, but they haven't been that impressive either, and that's The Predator. It's got a strong cast. I think Boyd Holbrook is the male lead. Olivia Munn is in it. Sterling K. Brown is in it. Keegan-Michael Key, Jacob Tremblay, Yvonne Strahovski, I think, is in it. Don't quote me on that. I just pulled that name out of thin air. You know what I mean? But A Simple Favor comes out that weekend. Blake Lively, Anna Kendrick, who I'm fans of both of them. Directed by Paul Feig, and Paul Feig is what attracts me to this movie, because it's in the vein of Gone Girl, Girl on a Train, from what I understand, and Paul Feig is predominantly a comedy guy. You know, Bridesmaids, Spy, The Heat, Ghostbusters, all comedies. This is more of like a dramatic thriller, you know what I mean? I'm sure there will be comedy injected here and there. I still think that Melissa McCarthy is going to have a cameo, but we got to wait and see about that. And then the third movie, the weekend of the 14th, is White Boy Rick. And this could be the most underrated, unappreciated movie of this weekend. I think it looks great. Matthew McConaughey plays the dad to this kid who ends up getting mixed in the drug game. I think it takes place in the 80s, and his journey goes well beyond just selling a little bit of dope. But I mean, the trailers have been entertaining, and the movie itself looks very entertaining. So September 21st, we got The House with a Clock in Its Walls, directed by Eli Roth, starring Jack Black, and the kid is the son from the Daddy's Home movies. And this I might watch, I might not. I mean, it's just the title itself sounds interesting. The House with a Clock in Its Walls, and it's Jack Black. It's in the vein of Goosebumps, which starred Jack Black. So, I mean, I kind of just want to see how Eli Roth can translate to a family crowd, because he usually goes like way over the top with his graphic violence and whatnot. So I just, like I said, I just want to see how his style of movie making can translate to a family film. And the weekend of September 28th, you got Night School, which stars Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart, and is directed by Malcolm D. Lee, who has a very underrated filmography, if you ask me. I enjoy both Best Man movies, hoping Best Man 3 comes sooner rather than later. I think Undercover Brother might be my favorite movie in his filmography. I think he did Soul Man with Samuel L. Jackson and Bernie Mac. I think that's Bernie Mac's last movie too. And then I like to think like a man movies. I slept on Girls Trip last summer. I blind bought the Blu-ray, and it ended up being really funny. And then Smallfoot, the latest Warner Animation Group release, comes out that weekend, and like a community of Yetis, abominable snowmen, whatever. They have their legends and their sayings and their stories, just like humans. That humans are these monsters, and it's just a whole spin on the culture that humans, the small foot creatures, they cross paths, and it looks like another entertaining animated movie. So on to October, and the weekend of October 5th, we got A Star Is Born. And if anybody's been wondering where Bradley Cooper's been over the past few years, maybe couple years, I don't know the last movie he like physically starred in, because the only thing he's done that I've caught recently is voicing Rocket Raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and in Avengers Infinity War. He's directing A Star Is Born, and he is starring in it as well, co-starring Lady Gaga, and I'm sure she's been in movies, but it's just been like celebrity cameos, right? Like, she actually has a role in this. And when it first come out, like when the trailers first started coming out, I was kind of lukewarm on it. Didn't really care to watch it. But like the more and more I see the trailer that plays before other movies I watch, man, I really want to see this now. Like, I like movies about music, and that's what kind of got me hooked in. Just chasing a dream. Like, it's inspirational. And also coming out the weekend of October 5th, you got Venom, starring Tom Hardy, and it's Sony trying so desperately to create their own comic book universe that, one, Venom is rumored to not be rated R, because eventually they want to shoehorn and force Spider-Man into this world. As long as Spider-Man is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he will not be in these movies. I'm telling y'all that right now. And I think that's just it's just business. You're going to confuse the audience. Why is Spider-Man in this and Spider-Man in this? And then there's like multiple symbiotes. They mispronounced symbiote in the trailer. And I'm going to see Venom. I'm not as excited as I wish I was for Venom. The weekend of October 12th, that's my wife's birthday, shout out to my wife, we got Bad Times at the El Royale. directed by Drew Goddard, who, side note, confessional time, I have not seen The Cabin in the Woods. But he directed that. He's directing this, and this looks crazy. It looks crazy because I can't pinpoint exactly what this movie is about. The hotel is on the California-Nevada border, and all these people stay at the hotel, but they all have secrets, and they they get spied on by like the hotel staff or whatever. You got John Hamm, Jeff Bridges, Lewis Pullman, who was in Strangers Pray at Night, Dakota Johnson, and then Chris Hemsworth is in it. And I know he as a character who looks like he says groovy a lot. And man, we'll see, man. It looks like a good time. First Man comes out the 12th, directed by Damien Chazelle, who directed Whiplash and La La Land. And me, I think that I might be in the minority. I might not. I like Whiplash way more than La La Land, but I really like La La Land. And this looks just as good or better than both of those. Ryan Gosling playing Neil Armstrong, or trying to get a rocket ship up to the moon, and just everything that goes along with that, man. I know Claire Foy plays his wife. Corey Stoll is in it. I think Jason, from Everest and The Great Gatsby, Jason Clarke. I knew I was gonna get there. Jason Clarke is in it, and it looks really good. Like, it looks like it's an Oscar contender. Goosebumps 2: Haunted Halloween also comes out this weekend, and I gotta say, like, as fun as the first Goosebumps was, I think they got a new director. Jack Black is gonna voice Slappy, the dummy, but the character of R.L. Stine isn't in the movie. I don't know if any of the original movie characters are returning. And the trailers, I get the vibe from the trailers that this movie, it looks like a made-for-TV Goosebumps movie. I hope it's fun, I hope it's good, but the trailers haven't done anything to sell me that it's gonna be, I don't know, as good as the first one. The weekend of October 19th, you got Halloween, which is the new Halloween 2. I don't know how to explain it, man. Halloween H2O come out 20 years ago, and they said ignore 3, 4, 5, and 6. This movie comes out and says ignore every Halloween movie except the first one. So they keep trying to retcon all the sequels. They keep trying to like put their old sequels that they don't like anymore in a recycling bin. And the one trailer that's come out for this movie was great. Like, I was over the moon excited for it last year. I am almost that excited for this Halloween. I love how the mask looks like it's just aged, like it's gotten as old as Michael has. It's still got the stab wound from the sewing needle in his neck, and Jamie Lee Curtis ain't playing. Jamie Lee Curtis been preparing for 40 years for round 2. The Hate U Give also comes out the weekend of the 19th, and the trailer that I saw for this movie looks interesting. It's social commentary to a T. The trailers revolve around this black girl who goes to like a white school, so she has to put on like a fake facade at the white school. She gets to be herself on the weekends, party, hang out with friends and family, and her and a friend get pulled over by white cops. The cop shoots her friend, a young black boy who was not a threat, who was not doing anything against the law, and the impact that has in society. And it looks like it could be a very powerful movie. Serenity comes out the weekend of the 19th as well. All I know about this is that it stars Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway, and that's all I know. The weekend of the 26th looks so weak. Hunter Killer, I think, is like a submarine, maybe Cold War movie with Gerard Butler, Common, Gary Oldman might be in it. I think Indivisible is a Christian-themed drama, and Johnny English Strikes Again also comes out this weekend. And I haven't seen the first two, so I won't see that one either. Moving on to November. The weekend of November 2nd, you got Bohemian Rhapsody, based on the group Queen. And if you haven't, Bohemian Rhapsody is a classic song. It's a violation. It's a pop culture violation if you haven't heard the song, because that means you either don't listen to music or you haven't seen Wayne's World. And Mike Myers is actually in the movie as like a record executive or something. He says, 6 minutes, that bloody lasts forever. And if Remy Malek told him, if you think 6 minutes is forever, I feel sorry for your wife. Like, just based on that, like, Freddie Mercury was a G. Nobody's Fool comes out that weekend. Directed by Tyler Perry. I think it stars Tika Sumpter as like a straight businesswoman, real successful, but she's like dating this dude online that she's never seen, and her fresh out of jail sister, Tiffany Haddish, just tells her like, yo, you being catfish, like, and we gotta go make this right. Like, she's from the hood and she wants to go crack some skulls, and I won't see this unless my wife wants to see it, and I'm not a Tyler Perry guy at all. Like, the Tyler Perry movies that I like and or have seen are Star Trek from 2009, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, and Gone Girl. But this, like, I wouldn't mind sitting through this. And then you got The Nutcracker and the Four Realms, which is a Disney release. It's obviously not a live action adaptation of any of their movies, but it looks like it could be a fun holiday adventure. I think Mackenzie Foy plays the young lead actress. Keira Knightley's in it, Morgan Freeman's in it, and I think Helen Mirren is in it. It could be good, or it could end up like all over the place. Like when A Wrinkle in Time came out earlier this year, I feel like there was a group that really liked it, a group that was really let down, and most people like right in the middle. November 9th, we got The Grinch, an Illumination Entertainment release. I like their movies. They've done the Despicable Me Minions movies. They've done Sing, which I thought was really fun, and The Secret Life of Pets, which I feel like was overrated if you ask me. And then they haven't announced anybody else in this cast. Like, Benedict Cumberbatch is the only cast member listed. Like, clock's ticking. Like, I would like to see who else contributed to this movie. There are those fans that are also going to hold the Jim Carrey Grinch movie really close to their heart. But I feel like everybody should give this a chance. Like, it looks fun. The trailers are funny to me. The Girl in the Spider's Web comes out this weekend also, and that is a reboot, perhaps, of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo franchise. And you got Claire Foy, who I mentioned from First Man, as the new Lisbeth Salander. And then I know Lakeith Stanfield is in it. I think I saw Ray Stevenson in the trailer. I think it's directed by the dude who did Don't Breathe. So, I mean, those are all pluses. I'm looking forward to this. Like, it looks crazy. And then also this weekend, this is the one that I hope my theater gets, but I wouldn't be shocked if they don't. And that is Overlord, which earlier in the year was rumored to be Cloverfield 4, but I don't think it is now. It is a Bad Robot production, but I think it's just a zombie movie set during World War II, and that alone grabs my attention. Moving on to the weekend of November 16th, we got Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. I got into the Harry Potter franchise, the Wizarding World, really late. I think they're all fun movies. They're all good movies. I really liked Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and I'm highly anticipating where this story is going to go, especially now that Grindelwald, who was revealed at the end of the last movie, is a main player in this world. Instant Family is scheduled for this weekend. I wouldn't be shocked if it got pushed back to like January, February, or March. Because, I mean, we're 2 months away, 2.5 months or so. There's no promotion for this movie. It's directed by Sean Anders, who did the Daddy's Home movies. Mark Wahlberg is in this. I think Rose Byrne plays his wife, and they want to adopt a kid or something. It could be funny. It could be a fluff. I don't know if that's the right word, but I'm going to move on to Widows that comes out this weekend, because Widows looks amazing. Directed by Steve McQueen, director of Shame with Michael Fassbender, 12 Years a Slave with Chiwetel Ejiofor, and this one, the widows of like a group of thieves, like 4 guys, they all die on the job, and their widows take up the mantle to finish what they started. Viola Davis, Michelle Rodriguez, Liam Neeson, John Bernthal, Elizabeth Debicki, Colin Farrell, Brian Tyree Henry are all in this movie, and it's another one that I really want to come to my theater. I'll be let down if it doesn't. I really want to see it. The trailer, the one trailer that's out, looked amazing. And Thanksgiving weekend, the weekend of the 21st, that's a Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, we got Creed 2. Creed was one of my favorite movies, maybe my favorite movie of 2015. Just depends on how I feel after I watch it, because Straight Outta Compton is a monster too. That's another video though. Creed 2 looks really dope, and being the follow-up to Creed, which is arguably the best movie in the Rocky series. I say arguably because it's hard to be better than the first Rocky. Creed 2 looks good. I myself wanted Creed 2 to be about Creed challenging the dude that dropped him early on in the first movie, but it's a quasi pseudo revenge tale with Creed taking on Ivan Drago's son. It looks good, man. Like, written by Sylvester Stallone. I think it's directed by a dude named Stephen M. Quayle or something like that, or that could be a name that I'm completely pulling out of thin air, and it could be all the way wrong. But this was one of my most anticipated movies of the year. Like, you guys know that if you follow me on YouTube. Green Book comes out this weekend, and that is starring Mahershala Ali, who I talked about with True Detective Season 3, Viggo Mortensen, and it's directed by one of the Farrelly brothers, which seems completely out of their comfort zone. So this could be good, or it could be a disaster based on the director. Ralph Breaks the Internet, aka Wreck-It Ralph 2. Like, Disney runs the world. I'm sorry, man. This trailer had Amazon, Twitter, Facebook, I think I saw Instagram, Snapchat, probably Spotify. They had so many apps in the internet, like they made it look like the real internet. So many of their own properties in one scene, man. Marvel, Pixar, Star Wars, all the Disney princesses of years past. Like this movie looks so good, man. The Wreck-It Ralph, the first one, is one of my top 5 to 15 favorite Disney animated movies, man. I love the first Wreck-It Ralph, and I cannot wait to see what they do with this one. Robin Hood comes out also this weekend with Taron Egerton and Jamie Foxx. It looks fun. I mean, I don't know how many times they can reincarnate Robin Hood, but this will give me a chance eventually to rewatch a lot of Robin Hood properties, whether Disney animated, Ridley Scott, the Kevin Costner one, Robin Hood Men in Tights. I'll knock them all out in November. And then Second Act, I'm not too familiar with it. I think I saw one trailer a weekend or two ago. It's a J-Lo romantic comedy that it might have made me laugh, actually. Leah Remini from King of Queens is in it. And I think it's directed by Peter Segal, who directed a Naked Gun movie, The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler, Nutty Professor 2. He's got some solid comedies under his belt, man. But that's it. That wraps up all 3 months. Please, if you're on the audio only, Anchor app, Google Podcast, Spotify, whatever, leave a voice message. If you heard something that you want to go see, let me know. Next episode, I'll shout you out and let the rest of the audience know in episode 5. Drop a comment on YouTube as well. If you're watching from Twitter or Facebook, do the same. I'll try to get all the replies in next episode. So-and-so wants to see this. So-and-so wants to see this. When we get back, I'm going to be with my dogs. OldManLawrence, who y'all familiar with. Leagcy, who I've been trying to get on the show for weeks now. And we're going to talk some NFL predictions. Entire season, playoffs, Super Bowl predictions, MVP, man. All of that, man. So, stay tuned.
Trying to get so much that I can't keep count. New kicks give me cushion like whoopee. Keep a smile like an eating pork cookie. Everything good, I'm white boy awesome. Up all night, Johnny Carson. I ain't got a Benz, no, just a Honda. But try and get my money like an anaconda. Real long, cross the country. Smoke joints in the whip, no cap can bust me. Driving to the stage, they applaud and scream. All them pretty little girls come and flock to me. Yeah, I rack the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some crazy ass kids gonna knock up on your door, so.
And we're back, man. We got sports, like I told y'all at the beginning of the show. Me, my guy OldManLawrence, who was on the last episode, my guy Leagcy making his Rec League podcast debut. We're gonna go around the horn, just rapid fire who division rankings, how we think the divisions is gonna play out, and then we'll go thoroughly into some playoff teams, or playoff picks per conference. And not thoroughly into every team, you know what I mean? But hey, I got the Packers here, and this is why. And then MVP predictions, Super Bowl predictions. Let's start with the AFC East. Merritt, take it away.
AFC East. Man, everybody know who went in the AFC East, dog. It's the Patriots. Patriots. That's it. Don't even need discussion. Patriots.
So who gonna finish the rest of the way? That's the curious topic, man.
Well, I guess I'm gonna go Patriots, Jets, Bills, Dolphins.
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah, I would have something close to that. Yeah, Patriots for sure.
I got Pats, Jets, Dolphins, Bills. It's all draft position.
Yeah, I think Bills might mess around and be one of the worst teams in the league this year.
I do too.
I don't know why they got rid of Tyrod Taylor, even though you drafted somebody. I don't. That just didn't make no sense.
Yeah, like groom that dude. Okay, Jake, AFC North.
AFC North. I don't know, man. You want to say the Steelers, but honestly, I feel like Big Ben's getting to a point where I don't know what I'm going to get out of Big Ben. They still got their offensive weapons or whatever. Le'Veon Bell, of course, probably arguably the best running back in the game. Antonio Brown, arguably the best receiver in the game. The tight end, he's pretty good. You got Juju Smith-Schuster out there.
Juju.
They got a lot of weapons on offense or defense. I don't know. I think the Ravens will be a little bit better this year. Bengals are always a decent team, but they can never get over that Pittsburgh hump.
Yeah.
This is actually one of the tougher divisions to call. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably just go with the Steelers, just because they just seem to have the crown for that division.
Yeah, I got Steelers, Browns, Ravens, Bengals. Merritt, who you got?
The division that doesn't matter. The Steelers are gonna win the division, but it don't matter because they can't beat the Patriots. So, yeah.
You had the Browns in second, Randy?
Yeah, I think they're gonna be vastly improved.
That is vastly improved.
I think they're gonna be vastly improved. I think like the Ravens are gonna float around the same place they've been the past couple of years. So I'll take the AFC South. I got Jags, Texans, Colts, Titans. Not even really for no reason. With Andrew Luck improves the Colts on his own, and Mariota gets hurt a lot. Merritt, AFC South.
Hey, look, I love y'all, man. I do. But I gotta go Texans, Colts, Jags, Titans, and that Jags, Colts is a iffy one. Like the Jags are gonna be good. But the Texans, man, that defense, everybody on that defense come back healthy, is scary. That's scary by itself. And then, they got that young boy at the quarterback, man.
Watson.
So, yeah.
Deshaun Watson's a beast. He's the truth, man.
So with Deshaun Watson improving that offense and that defense being probably the best defense in football, I gotta go with them first. I'm gonna say that I'm eager to see Andrew Luck back this year. I'm eager to see that. But yeah, that's what I got.
Jake, AFC South.
And I think the Jags are probably going to win the division. And honestly, I think the Titans are going to be a little bit better. I think, like he was saying, the Texans, if they get everybody back healthy, man, they got all kinds of weapons on both sides of the field. Honestly, everybody was saying the Texans were a quarterback away from being contenders. Well, they got a quarterback now.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy, they're going to be a problem.
Time to prove it.
But I'll probably go Jags, Texans, Colts, Titans, but I wouldn't be surprised if we finished first. I wouldn't be surprised if we finished last. Honestly, I have no idea what's going to go on. But I think on paper, Jaguars and Texans are way better than the Colts are.
Word. Merritt, AFC West.
AFC West. This one is weird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Oakland.
Yeah, it's got a different feel to it this year, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Oakland, Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos.
Jake.
I really, honestly, to be real with you, other than the Broncos receivers, I can't name somebody else on the Broncos. I don't even care about the Broncos.
Von Miller.
The defense is still pretty solid.
The defense, that's the Broncos thing, though, right?
Yeah.
But they're not going to score. Let's just keep it real. They're not going to score a lot.
They got what's his face from the Vikings as their starting quarterback. I mean, they're solid at quarterback.
Case
I'm calling it. I'm calling it though. I'm calling it that the Raiders, Marshall is going to have a better year this year than last year. Marshawn.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch.
I was about to say who?
Yeah, Marshawn. He's going to have a better year than last year. I think last
hope
year
so.
he was coming off the retirement. I think he was a little overweight, all that stuff. But this year, I think he's going to be. I think the Raiders are going to be good. I think the quarterback is going to have a bounce back year. So
I don't know what's going on with the Raiders, man, because it seemed like a lot of things were looking promising for him. New coach. They traded for Martavius Bryant.
Who they just cut.
They just cut because I guess this man just can't stay clean.
Yeah, he about to get another weed suspension or something, ain't he?
Yeah, I guess it's pending, but I'm pretty sure he'll be out for the year again, right?
Something like that,
It's crazy. So they cut his ass because they're going to need that roster spot. What else? They just traded Mack.
Yeah, Khalil Mack to the Bears, and he got that six-year extension.
He just got traded. Your quarterback coming off an injury. New coach, new system. I don't know what's going on. I on paper, like headed into this year, I would have said, yeah, this is probably the Raiders division. I'm gonna go Chiefs, probably Chiefs, Raiders after that, and then Chargers, Broncos. I probably got the Broncos in last too.
So, yeah, this is the division. This is the division that we all three all over the place. I got Chargers, Broncos, Raiders, Chiefs. I'm not sold on Mahomes yet. That's why I got the Chiefs so low, and then the Raiders with all their changes, and then like Denver could be first. Denver could finish 1 through 4 easy. I don't know why everybody.
I'm surprised if Denver floats up towards the top either.
Yeah,
this is a weird division, dog. This is weird.
I don't know why everybody's so high on the Chargers.
2 years ago, the Raiders were crazy.
Yeah.
And then their quarterback got hurt. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. AFC West is going to be a toss-up.
It could be anybody.
Yeah, I agree. Just looking at it right now, it's almost impossible to call, really.
All right, let's hit the NFC before we do playoff teams. Jake, NFC East.
I'm gonna go with the champs. I'm real interested to see Alex Smith, what he can do with the Redskins, because I've always liked Alex Smith, man. I think he gets some knocks on him that he don't really deserve.
Yeah, that all come from San Francisco.
I think Giants are gonna be a middle of the road team. I think Eli Manning, it's getting towards the end for him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got another run in him with the squad that they got around him and them holes they got. Cowboys, man. I don't have anything good to say about the Cowboys, really. I know Dak needs to show the world something.
Yeah.
You better come out there and ball. You better come out there and ball like Kobe coming off that rape trial. That's all I got to say. And Zeke, man, yeah, they got a bunch, and they cut Des Bryant. You know what I mean? Like Dallas better come out balling this year. People are gonna be clowning on them. So yeah, I'd probably say Eagles, Redskins, Cowboys, Giants.
Yeah, I got Eagles, Skins, Cowboys, Giants myself. For all the same reasons, man. Like, until the champs get knocked off, you got to give it to them. And then the Skins, like me and Mary was talking about this earlier, man. Alex Smith, all of them weapons, he plays it safe. And then I think you got Zeke, you got Dak. The Cowboys receiving core is non-existent. And then the Giants, man.
They picked up a receiver, didn't they?
They picked Tavon Austin up from the Rams.
Yeah.
Just let me know when it's my turn.
It's your turn. Take about 15 minutes and don't talk about none of the other teams, just about why the Cowboys are going to work.
First of all, this is my division. Just give me my moment, okay?
Got it.
I'm not giving the Eagles nothing, okay? I'm not.
Hey, they got some question marks, though, honestly.
No,
Yeah.
like
Jeffrey is hurt.
Yeah.
Wentz ain't playing yet. That's why I'm going with Atlanta on Thursday.
2 years ago, before a 6-game suspension, and everybody getting hurt, Lee getting hurt, our other defensive ends getting hurt, we were 13-3, right? 2 years ago. Last year, we had suspension, all those injuries. So this year we're going to come back healthy. Dak didn't have a bad year last year. He had a not great year. Okay.
He had a pedestrian, mediocre, whatever, unimpressive, average.
But that's also a comparison to the year he had before that. So, and let's not forget that the offensive line was hurt most of the year. So, healthy offensive line, come back, improve defense. Dak plays better when he don't have to focus on Dez. He can throw the ball around the field to whoever with no name, don't matter. So I'm liking the Cowboys. I'm going to go Cowboys.
We know you like them.
Homer.
I'm going Cowboys. I will agree with y'all with this. This is a shocker because I hate them. I'm going Redskins 2. I'm going Cowboys 1, Redskins 2 because I really like Alex Smith too. I like him a lot. He don't make mistakes. He plays it safe. He got safe weapons. The weapons that he has, the tight end is close to the line. His running back close to the line. His receivers all play the slot, so he don't have to worry about throwing the deep ball, which means he's not going to make mistakes. He's not going to throw an interception. The Redskins are scary if they don't make mistakes, so I'm going to go them 2. Eagles 3. I think they slumped after winning the championship. I think they're going to be injured this year. And I got the Giants last.
How you just think? I think somebody gonna get hurt.
No, I just think they're gonna be. I really do. I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
But man, they got the number 1 defense in the league. I think they're.
And they added Michael Bennett.
That right there gives them a shot at that division because they got hands down the best defense in that division. You can't even argue that.
Yeah.
I mean, the Redskins got the second best defense in there.
No, but listen. I hear y'all. I really do. I hear y'all. I hear both of y'all. But listen, the Eagles literally had a catastrophic injury last year.
They won the Super Bowl.
No, I'm telling you, they had a catastrophic injury last year that probably ends their season if Nick Foles is not the backup. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things like they had Nick Foles, dude. Like,
yeah, Nick Foles is on his way out the league, though, man. They got that.
Yeah, this isn't like Brady stepping in for Bledsoe.
Okay.
This isn't Romo stepping in for Bledsoe.
Just remember, I'm the one that had the Eagles 3rd in the division. That's just
let's remember you're the one that had the Cowboys first.
All right, man. NFC North, man. NFC North. I got the Packers, Vikings, Lions, Bears. And honestly, I was torn between Lions and Bears. They could flip-flop. Merritt, who you got?
Packers, Vikings, Lions, Bears. Same thing.
Jake?
I think y'all crazy for picking the Packers over the Vikings. I think y'all really crazy. That defense, name one defensive player on without minus the obvious one. Name one defensive player on the Green Bay Packers.
Nah, because the obvious one is the only one I can name.
Yeah, exactly. Other than him, you can't name nobody else.
Jake.
Vikings, man. The Vikings. I got the Vikings taking that division.
The Vikings.
Vikings, Packers, Lions, Bears. That's what I got. I got basically your guys', but I got the top two flip-flop.
Okay.
Doug, Green Bay, the Vikings haven't beat Green Bay in the last 2 years, right?
I don't remember.
Like that, man.
All right, so they haven't beat them the last 2 years.
They went to the championship game last year.
We gave Aaron Rodgers a better receiver in Jimmy Graham, a bigger receiver in Jimmy Graham, and he's 24 years old. And Jimmy Graham hasn't played. The last time Jimmy Graham played with a great quarterback, like Russell Wilson is great, but he's been running for his life the last 2 years. But a quarterback that gets to drop back and throw, when he was playing with Drew Brees, Jimmy Graham was up there with Gronk. Let's just keep it real.
Yep.
So now he's been thrown to by Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers hasn't had a defense the last 3 years, and they still won the NFC East championship. I mean the NFC
North.
You know what I mean? So
not last year they did, not the year before.
Yeah, the Vikings won. Yeah.
I don't think he won the year before that either. Look, man, the Packers have no running game, none. You got who you got on the outside? You got Randall Cobb, who's been there forever. Is he all of a sudden just going to get better? I mean, he's still got Aaron Rodgers throwing. So then you got Devontae Adams out there. Is he all? I mean, he was pedestrian last year. Is he all of a sudden going to be that much better? No, he's still got Aaron Rodgers throwing to him. They cut Jordan Nelson. I don't know. I'm not really high on Aaron Rodgers. Is a beast, man. He's probably the best quarterback in the game right now. But I don't think they're better than the Vikings. I don't think it's close. But you never know in the game of football, man. Like you said, one injury, everything's going.
Yeah, I don't think the Packers need to win the division to do work in the playoffs. They proved that.
You can still sneak in.
Yeah. So, Jake, NFC South.
This one's gonna be interesting too, man. Because I think the Panthers should be the best team every year in this division. Looking at the talent they got, I just think they should. I think they should win this division as long as they got Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Greg Olsen. They got a solid defense, so they should win it. But Atlanta, man, Atlanta went from damn near being a laughing stock to turning it around past couple of years and being up there. And Drew Brees, he's like, when is he gonna fall off? I don't know. I don't think it's anytime soon. He just keeps throwing up touchdowns and breaking records and shit.
Yeah.
And the Bucks are obviously gonna be the last place team because they kind of had some hope this year. Maybe some things are turning around, but my man he suspended again.
He got suspended again. Yeah.
Yeah. Jameis Winston, man, I don't know. I kind of feel bad for him because I think some of it, I don't know. He just kind of his name just draws negativity.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't put too much on it because we all don't know what happened, but he's always got his name in something.
Yeah.
So this is a tough division, man, because Falcons, Panthers, Saints. I can see all three of them getting number one.
Yeah.
Honestly. But yeah, I think Saints. I'll go Saints, Panthers, Falcons, and then the Bucks, obviously.
Yeah, I got Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Bucks, and it was a struggle because those top three teams are all contenders to win the division. Who you got, Merritt?
Panthers got a D, so they could. Yeah, Panthers got a good defense. They could easily take that division.
Panthers, Bucks, Saints, Falcons. I think the Bucks are gonna still have a good year. I think Winston's gonna come back and play strong. I got the Panthers winning it because I just feel like the last couple years they just, I don't know. I can't explain it, but I just feel like, let's not forget that like a couple years ago, the Panthers went to the Super Bowl.
Like 15-1, right?
And they was on fire, okay? And I feel like
you couldn't even touch Cam Newton, man. That dude
and I feel like Cam Newton is due for one of those kind of years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, because when he's on, he's one of the funnest players to watch.
Yeah.
I feel like he's due one of those kind of years, for one. For two, I think what is his name? McCaffrey?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna have a good year. I think this is his real breakout year. So I'm going with the Panthers first. I I got the Bucks second because I feel like they're young. They got a good receiving core. I think Winston's due a good year. I think he's gonna come out playing tough once the suspension is over. The Falcons didn't look good to me last year. I picked a lot of their players on fantasy, and it wasn't good.
Yeah, I think the Panthers and the Falcons got unfinished business, and they both gonna be real competitive.
And Drew Brees is gonna play great, but the Saints are not gonna be that great. So.
Yeah, I have Saints defense concerns me. I know I keep bringing up defense for every team, but
yeah, you do.
Panthers got a good team, man. They got some offensive weapons too. They got C.J. Anderson now to go along with McCaffrey. McCaffrey is basically like a slot receiver that can also take a handoff. Let's be honest. You got Greg Olsen as a tight end, so yeah, they got some.
And NFC West, I got Rams, Niners, Seahawks, Cardinals. Jake, who you got?
What was yours?
Rams, Niners, Seahawks, Cardinals.
I think I'm gonna go with the Rams too first. I mean, they better because all that damn money they put in that defense.
Yeah.
They still haven't signed old boy yet, have they?
Who's that? No, he signed the other day. Aaron Donald.
Yeah, he signed. They finally got it done.
Yeah, he signed.
They're talking about he might hold out or whatever. That if he did, that just damn near kill their defense. I mean, they obviously brought in some more people, so they'd be all right. But let's be honest, he's probably top 3 defensive player in the league right now.
And they got Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think he's a little overrated these days. But,
and they picked up Aqib Talib from Denver.
You got him going next to him. Yeah, that's a tough duo. Yeah. I'm gonna say Rams. I think the Seahawks are gonna be better this year. So I'm gonna go Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals. No, Rams, Seahawks, Niners, Cardinals.
You better put some respect on Jimmy G.
I think Jimmy G is gonna be the truth, man. I really do. I hope he turns into like a top 5 quarterback and just haunts the New England Patriots after Tom Brady's gone and the Patriots just suck for like 5 or 6 years and Jimmy G's just out there killing it.
5 or 6 decades.
That would be like a fairy tale for me, man. Be on cloud 9.
Married NFC West.
The Cardinals. I mean, other than Fitz, David Johnson, I don't know. I don't think they really did anything this offseason. They lost Brown
Bradford
at the receiver spot.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
2 things to say about this division. 2 things. The Seahawks are going to finish last. That's the first thing. The second thing is the 49ers are going to win the division. I feel like the 49ers, they're not like we got the big names, but I feel like they got players at every position, every important position that does their job. So I feel like they're going to be more consistent than everybody else.
Yeah, old boy just went out, though, for the season. You know that,
McKinnon.
right?
Yeah, that's
McKinnon.
True. Yeah,
he's done.
Yeah, that's true.
That's tough.
That might hurt them. But I'm still gonna stick with the 49ers. The Cardinals are gonna always be like, oh, they should be good, but they're not. Let's just keep it real. That's what it is. The Rams are gonna be competitive, but they're gonna hit a dry spot. And then they're gonna lose some games. And then they're gonna lose in the playoffs. The 49ers are going to be consistent. The Seahawks, without that defense, is not the Seahawks. And I really feel bad because I love Russell Wilson, and I'm going to have to watch him ruffle his life this year, too. So they're going to finish last.
Okay. AFC playoff teams. I got Steelers, Jags getting a bye. Pats at 3, Chargers at 4, Texans and Broncos wild card. It ain't really nothing thorough I want to say about that.
Yeah, the Patriots 3rd. You don't have them on the bye?
Yeah. Steelers, Jags get my buys.
Go ahead, Mary.
Steelers, Patriots.
Top 2?
Yeah. Patriots, Steelers. Patriots beat the Steelers. And then we go to the Super Bowl.
You jumping the gun. I'm not at the Super Bowl yet, fam.
Listen. It's not jumping the gun in the AFC,
I hate
okay?
the Patriots.
It's not jumping the gun in the AFC.
I hate the Patriots, too.
Dog, why is it the Steelers have everything they need to beat the Patriots and they can't do it? Somebody explain that to me, because I don't get it.
Because they got Belichick, man.
I don't get it.
Tomlin ain't no pushover, though.
Why can't they beat the Patriots?
The guy out there trying to trip people when they score touchdowns?
That was like 5 years ago.
No, that sucks. Pisses me off, actually. But whatever.
Man, you look like Mike Tomlin, man. Sit down.
You look like Mike Tomlin.
I'm not dark enough to be Mike. That's racist.
Come on, man.
What you trying to say, man?
Hey, man, we ain't trying to put no racial slurs into the Rec League podcast, man. We keep it all peaceful over here, man. It's all fun.
I think I'm gonna have the Jags and Patriots as my bye. And honestly, I think both of them probably going to be in the championship game again.
I can see it.
Wild cards, I don't know who sneaks in the wild card. Texas might sneak in. I don't know, man. It's tough. Damn.
It is, man.
Oh, I can see the Chargers maybe slide in there. Or the Chiefs, I mean. I don't know, man. Screw it. It's going to be the Patriots and the Jaguars. Let's be honest. Like you said, Patriots go to the Super Bowl.
Why y'all?
I ain't ready for that.
So y'all got the Jags going over the Steelers?
I got Steelers, Jags as my bye teams.
He's got Steelers.
Dog, until Tom Brady retires or something happens to Gronk, dog, they're gonna always be one or two.
Hell, even if Gronk goes down, they'll be all right, man.
Y'all act like they ain't been to 3 or 4 in the Tom Brady Belichick era.
That team is so well coached, man. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter who goes down. Tom Brady could go down. They're still in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're in the playoffs. They Matt Castle. What, he won 9 games or some shit like that? He won 9, and where is he at now? Nobody knows where Matt
Bagging groceries.
I don't know where he's at. He might be be third on the depth chart somewhere.
So this is just a question. We're not giving the Raiders a shot.
They'll make the playoffs, but no, they're not gonna make it.
They traded Khalil Mack. Their defense is weaker.
It's weird with the Raiders though, because a couple years ago they were a quarterback injury away
in the playoffs too. Yep.
You know what I mean?
As a team, I think as a team they're gonna struggle a little bit to get used to Gruden's system because Gruden ain't Jack Del Rio.
I like Jack Del Rio too, man. That was kind of messed up.
Yeah, they did him dirty. But
he got a 10-year contract.
Steelers,
yeah,
Jags.
Gruden got a 10-year contract, man. That's insanity. Merritt, get us started on the NFC playoffs.
NFC East.
Cowboys.
More fun to talk about, man. I don't like talking about the AFC.
Oh man, the NFC is tough to talk about too, though.
That's why I wrote it down.
The NFC is more competitive. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I think so too. I think the talent is spread out a little bit more.
I think somebody else start, dog.
Jake. I gotta think about it right quick. I don't want to sound like a homer.
I think it's the Rams and Eagles will have their bye week. I think the Vikings are probably going to end up back in the NFC Championship game, though. Wild card, I can see the Redskins sliding in there in the wild card. Like we were talking about earlier, the 49ers and Seahawks, or like I was talking about earlier, I think the 49ers and Seahawks are both going to be a pretty good team this year, so I wouldn't be surprised if one of them slid in there. Packers are going to be in the playoffs, and I don't think no way Bears Lions make it. Bucks aren't making it. Sorry, I don't know why you picked the Bucks to win that division. I mean, we should talk about that a little bit more, but I'm gonna let you have it. But that same division, the NFC South, like I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints ended up making the playoffs.
3 teams could make the playoffs in that division.
Been there, you know what I mean? He's got a running game too.
No, I didn't pick the Bucks, but I didn't pick the Bucks to win the division. I picked the.
You put him in second.
You put him in second.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Panthers. I'm gonna go Panthers. They're gonna lose game 1, but after that, they're gonna go crazy. They play the Cowboys game 1. I can't resist. I'm gonna go Panthers best record in NFC overall. Panthers Rams. I'm gonna go Panthers Rams. Cowboys wild card. And Cowboys come out the East. Come out the NFC.
Oh my God.
How you got the Cowboys winning the division and a wild card though? Or did you pick somebody else to win that division?
To win I just picked them to be I just picked the Panthers and the Rams to be the best record.
Yeah, okay.
So the Cowboys are playing a wild card game.
I think the Packers are gonna do in the playoffs. I think the Packers will make a run.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the Cowboys always end up playing the Packers and lose to them. So it always happens. It happened the last 3 years. Damn. I think this is the year they get past the Packers. They get past the Packers. I think they go on a run.
Okay, man. I got Packers and the Rams as my bye week teams, my top 2 seeds. Eagles 3, Saints 4, and then Falcons and Vikings get the wild card. And my MVP is Rodgers for the season, and my Super Bowl pick is the Packers over the Steelers. Repeat of that Super Bowl in Dallas. So, Jay, MVP Super Bowl prediction?
Dude, NFL MVP, I don't think there's any way to predict it because you could pick a top 5 quarterback and say that's going to be the MVP.
Yeah.
Shit. Like, who did I say last year? I think I said Big Ben last year. I don't know, man.
I think I said David Carr last year.
I'm going to go with Andrew Luck just on principle. Comeback season. MVP.
Okay, so for real, that's what we doing? Andrew Luck?
MVP? I don't know. I honestly, I have no idea who they'd be in contention, man. The NFL is too hard, man. It's not like the NBA. It's going to be the same top 3 players.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Patriots. Probably Patriots, Steelers in the Super Bowl. Or in the AFC. Nah. Like I said, it's going to be Jaguars. So if Patriots beat the Jaguars in the AFC Championship game, I think it's going to be the Vikings and the Eagles, a rematch. I'm going to pick the Vikings to go to the Super Bowl. I think it's Patriots-Vikings Super Bowl. I think both of y'all are vastly underestimating the Vikings.
Could be.
That's the beautiful thing about football, man. Any given Sunday.
That's the name of today's episode. I've never had the most.
I'm just ready to watch the football, man. Like the past couple of years, it's been kind of tough to watch because when your team's not that good, I don't care what anybody says, you lose it. If your team is not that good, you lose interest. It's just
facts.
Human nature.
I've never had that much faith in Kirk Cousins, and that's my downplaying the Vikings.
But that's the same thing they say about Alex Smith. Never had much faith in him, but you look at his stats, man. He's towards the top.
Alex Smith is better than Kirk Cousins, though. That whole Alex Smith, Kirk Cousins, they replace Alex Smith. Alex Smith takes a lot of scrutiny for stuff he shouldn't.
I agree.
First of all, I care.
I feel Kirk Cousins does too, man.
Yeah, but Kirk Cousins makes mistakes.
You like that? Kirk Cousins
to me is a lot like Tony Romo from a perspective he's great, he plays good. Kirk Cousins is good. You can't deny that he's good. You couldn't deny Tony Romo was good. The thing is, you expect them to have bad games or to make big mistakes. And then when they make them, they make a lot of them in one game. That's how they play.
Word.
They're erratic. You know what I mean? Alex Smith is not erratic. On Sunday when Alex Smith comes, you know exactly what he's going to do. It's not going to be spectacular. It ain't going to be but he's going to play great every game, every Sunday.
So Alex Smith is your MVP?
My MVP, Cam Newton.
Super Bowl?
Super Bowl, I don't know if this is the belief or what I really think. I'm picking the Steelers to get past the Patriots and go to the Super Bowl this year. I'm going to pick Steelers. My gut tells me Steelers, Panthers. That's what my gut tells me.
Any social media that you want the kids to find you on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, because we finna wrap up.
Not yet.
OldManLawrence on Twitter.
On Twitter at OldMan_Lawrence.
And if you on YouTube, don't turn it off because my guy Orlando Penner, who got in on the college football predictions, is about to send me his NFL predictions because he couldn't make the group chats. And if you on Rec League, stay tuned because I'm about to talk about that Eminem.
Me off in high school, take over the world when I'm on my Donald Trump shit. Look at all this money, ain't that some shit? Take over the world when I'm on my Donald Trump shit. Look at all this money, ain't that some shit? We gon' take over the world while these haters getting mad. That's why all my bitches bad. They see this crazy life I have in A&R. We gon' win, you can take the lose or draw. What I'm in, got these hoes who used to play me in they bras. We gon' take over the world while these haters getting mad. Over the world, watch these haters get.
Hey, we're back, man. We're back, man. At the beginning of the episode, I told y'all that we're going to talk about this Eminem, this new Kamikaze album. And it's that time, man. Couldn't get Leagcy back after the sports segment. It is what it is, man. But before we get into this Eminem, man, I got to acknowledge, man, we lost one of the most entertaining, fun hip-hop rappers over the past decade or so, man. Huge RIP to Mac Miller, man. My guy, OldManLawrence, back with us. What was some of your favorite Mac? You the one put me on the Mac.
Man, without a doubt, man. Kids was the dopest shit you put out to me.
Kids, man. Kicking incredibly dope shit.
High Life had some cuts on it. Album-wise, like Blue Slide Park was pretty nice. I took a break from Mac Miller because I felt like he was experimenting a little too much, and I was kind of that fan who was like, "Oh, it's not the same Mac Miller." But assuming his last album, yeah, like we talked about it, we touched on it. It's a dope ass album. Man, yeah, 26 years old, man. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, man.
I don't know the full details because I don't like to get involved in like the celebrity like news, like people's lifestyles and whatever. I don't know the full story. But I don't know if he's on some like medication and like he was doing like his recreational drugs or whatever, just like did too much. I don't know. But yeah, 26. That's stupid, man. That's way too young.
Man. The High Life had jams. What was that skit with that kid, Jeremy Weinberg? Oh man, I can't remember any tracks off of the High Life now that I'm on the spot. But man, kids had Nikes on my feet, knock knock.
Yeah, that's the same time when he started to step his music video production up too.
Yeah, Kool-Aid and frozen pizza. And Best Day Ever had some jams. Say what?
No, I was talking about that Nikes on my feet video. I remember that vividly because at the very beginning he had some denim blazers on. When those blazers first came out, I was like, oh yeah, those are all right. It's like a year went past. I was like, damn, I really want those fucking blazers. And they were in that video. It kind of got hard to find after that.
Yeah. I think Blue Slide Park. His first single off Blue Slide Park, I remember sounded way too similar to like his Donald Trump track. And then I bumped watching movies with the sound off. That was dope. And then his Good AM album, I really liked. Because I think I took a break in between watching movies and then Good AM. And then, yeah, like you said, the Swimming album was real solid.
Yeah, Swimming was dope.
And then
the whole personal stuff, like him and his ex, Ariana Grande or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get caught up in that stuff. But.
Yeah, but that's what I was telling my wife yesterday. We was taking a trip to and from San Antonio, and it's just like all the outlets that are trying to gain clicks and views and attention by connecting Ariana Grande to his passing. It's like, man, it's not her fault. She didn't have nothing to do with it. He was a grown-ass man. They had been, separated for a good little while. And
but all that is null and void. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, it could have taken a toll on him.
Yeah.
But for somebody on the outside to, like, bring that up,
yeah,
it's kind of disrespectful or whatever. Yeah, like
super.
You said, it's clickbait. Everybody wants a story.
Exactly.
But you can't. It could very well be true, man. He could have been struggling with a breakup or whatever. Like I've had some hard breakups, man. I think we've all been there.
Yeah, most definitely.
say that's out of the question or whatever, but
and
I try not to get caught up in celebrities' lives, man, because I feel like even though like we all go through the same shit, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what I was telling her. It's just their personal stuff, the rumor mill, the TMZ related gossip and stuff, the supermarket tabloid checkout magazines. Like, I ain't worried about none of that, man. That's their personal business, and you always hope somebody pulls through their struggles and all that.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. At the end of the day, man, 26,
way too young, man.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, like we're only 6 years older than that.
Yeah, stupid.
So jumping in, I think, man, I think between me, you, and Leagcy, man, I think we all think this Kamikaze album is a huge improvement over Revival. But let's just jump right in, track by track. I don't think we need to go thoroughly into every single track, even though we probably will, because this is a fun Eminem album. This is my favorite M album since Recovery.
Yeah, super fun album, man. That's a good way to put it. This is a fun ass album.
And if Eminem ain't causing controversy, then Eminem really ain't Eminem.
Agreed. We'll get into that a little bit more detail here.
Straight up. Track 1 is called The Ringer, and I think it really sets the tone for the whole album.
Oh, before we get started, though, we got to touch on the fact that I had no idea this album was coming out.
No, nobody did. Nobody did.
Like, just little side story. Like, I was on night shift for a while. Recently came back on days, and it was like 6:30, maybe 7 o'clock in the morning. I just pulled up Twitter, and I just saw something about Eminem Kamikaze or whatever. I'm like, what? What is that? I didn't know. Did I miss something?
Nah, because the day
it was a Friday. It was a Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So sometimes they'll drop albums, surprise albums or whatever at midnight on Thursday, technically Friday. So I pull up Google real quick, Eminem new album, and sure enough, Kamikaze, Eminem dropped a surprise album. I was like, whoa! And I'm at work, and I was like kind of pissed, like he dropped a surprise album while I was sleeping. I had no idea. And yeah, fast forward to like 4 p.m. or whatever later in the day, I get to the first track, and I was just like, yeah. Here we go. Okay, track number 1. It's called The Ringer.
Yeah, but it come out, to piggyback off what you were saying, it come out on the 31st of August, and on the 30th, he like released a little clip for the Venom song, and I ain't even listened to it because I didn't want to hear it until, it was officially on the album and all that mess, because that's just how I do. And it was okay, he got an album for the soundtrack. I mean, he got a song on the soundtrack, cool. Nah, that was just a little sneak preview, because I was trying, like, midnight hit, and I was on Twitter, because I work overnight, and I was like, okay, M album. I refreshed Tidal excessively. I was like, bruh, I want to hear this. Where is this album? And I think I heard it. I finally got on Spotify at like 2:30 in the morning. I was like, okay, we doing this now. And yeah, The Ringer is dope.
Yeah, the introduction track on the album. Damn, it kind of sets the tone right off the bat.
Definitely sets the tone.
Takes some shots. Lets people know where he's at. Lets you know how he feels about the acceptance or reception that Revival got. He's obviously upset. He's pissed off.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's a dope track, man. Like, after I heard this track, I was like, okay, this is going to be. Honestly, given Revival and what was before Revival,
Marshall Mathers LP2,
which had some cuts on it.
Yeah,
LP2 had a lot of good jams on it. Songs.
I had the same reaction to Marshall Mathers 2. Like, when Marshall Mathers 2 come out, I think I really liked it, and the more I listened to it, I was like, okay, Rap God is dope, the Kendrick track is dope, he finally buried the hatchet with his mom, I can do without the rest of this. And then Revival had like 2 or 3 tracks, was like, okay, these are cool, but overall, this album is,
It's not, It's a subpar album from one of your favorite artists of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you heard The Ringer, though,
woo!
I don't know, man. I think everybody. Ooh,
yeah.
Like, I don't know. He was getting into it from the get go. So The Ringer is probably. have no problem saying it's probably one of the better tracks on the whole album.
It is, yeah. Like upon first listen, my opinion has changed over like a week and a half or so. But upon first listen, like I loved the first 2 or 3 tracks, and then the rest of the album was cool. But now my opinion has changed drastically.
Yeah, I was the same way. But I was a little different though. So yeah, The Ringer is an amazing track. He kind of throws some shots, some jabs, or whatever out there. And Eminem does some crazy lyricism. His wordplay is always crazy.
Yeah.
Bars in that first song, right off the bat. And then the winning the greatest. And honestly, track number 2, which is called The Greatest. When I first heard it, I thought I really didn't like the production on it.
Yeah.
It's kind of grown on me.
Mike Will made it.
It's kind of grown on me because he turns it up a notch in the second part of the song. And he went off, man. Like it's a point where he's going off to how I might be the greatest.
The greatest in the world.
He delivers some lyricism that you really can't dispute.
Yeah.
Man. He's just killing that shit.
Yeah.
Killing that shit.
Well, Well, you say so you sold 10 million albums, eh? Only problem with that is you put out 10 million albums, eh? It's silly. That's a silly line, but it's true. Like people, like rappers be bragging about they sales, but how much have you put out to get those numbers?
Yeah. Quality over quantity, yeah.
Were we on track 3 now? Track 3 is Lucky You featuring Joyner Lucas. And Joyner Lucas is one of these dudes who, earlier in the album, he compliments a few younger artists, Joyner being one of them, J. Cole being one of them, Kendrick Lamar being one of them, Big Sean. And Joyner comes in and he holds his own, man. Like, they kind of, like, mirror each other as far as delivery and cadence and all of that.
Hey, I like Joyner, man. I like Joyner. I know he's the thing that came up, the controversial song or whatever. Like, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But you can't front on Joyner, man. He's got the whole beef with Logic. Is it beef with Logic? Is it not beef with Logic? I don't know. I think.
Is this the dude that's been going back and forth with Logic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just him.
And you said before we started recording, you said he threw a jab at Logic in there.
It could be. It was subliminal. It was subliminal, but yeah. Yeah, I think he was talking about Logic, right? Like, he says about going platinum. I'm like, yeah, congratulations, you went platinum. I'm like, yeah. Yes, Joyner Lucas holds to be on a track with Eminem, and you can say that you held that shit down.
Yeah,
bro, you're already in a level of hip hop that not too many people have been to.
Yeah,
like you can't front on Joyner Lucas right now. Like he held that shit down on the Eminem track.
I totally spaced it, man. Like,
shit, man. The hardest tracks on the album, the beat. If you listen to this song, you don't get hyped, man. Something's wrong with you. Yeah. Like you said something earlier before we went on the air about how you kind of weren't really feeling it because they had a couple different styles going on at the same time or whatever.
No, I think
it's a dope thing. That's one of the dopest things about this track, honestly.
I think M like there's a couple tracks on the whole album where M makes an approach to try to like cater to the younger generation. And he doesn't do it bad or anything. I'm just not the younger generation. But overall, yeah, I like this track.
Yeah, he kind of does do that throughout this album, where he kind of changes his style to make it kind of like obvious. Where like if this is what you like I can do this all day.
Yeah,
I'm gonna break lyrics at the same time. So yeah, it's kind of like a theme throughout the album. This is what you guys really want. Like, I can do this shit or whatever.
But, man, Bobby Tarantino 2 came out. Logic, like, broke up with his girl. Joyner threw shots at him, and then I just completely forgot about their dispute or disagreement or whatever.
Yeah, I can't go into the whole backstory of that because, like I said, I really don't follow that shit.
Yeah.
I listen to music.
Track 4 is the obligatory Paul skit. Every Eminem album has one of these. And it's funny, Paul, his manager, Paul Rosenberg, whatever his name is. So, like, are you going to take every single track and reply to every single person who didn't like the last album? And what if nobody likes this album? Are you going to do it on the next album, too?
Kind of like I did, too. The album for people who didn't like the album that I made for people who didn't like the album. Yeah, that was a funny skit. I think he did that intentionally.
Yeah.
Obviously because he knew he had some things he wanted to get off his chest, man.
Yeah, that's this whole album.
He's a smart guy, so if I'm gonna make these songs. It's gonna make me come across a certain way, no doubt about it. Like everybody's gonna know as soon as they hear him, I'm kind of pissed off.
Definitely.
He kind of made fun of it in a light, humorous way, and it fitted perfectly, man. What's next? Kamikaze 2. This shit was perfect.
Yeah, because I think it might even be a reference to him wanting to do Relapse 2 like 10 years ago and then scrapping it because nobody liked Relapse. I think the majority didn't like Relapse. I think Relapse is severely underrated.
I like Relapse, man. He's got, because Dr. Dre was on that album heavy. On there, just, oh, God.
That's the last album that we heavily got Dre.
That was so good, man. He's got a lot of good stuff on there. Just wonder, even Kanye came out and was like, yo, this song is genius.
Yeah. And where we at? Track 5, Normal, one of your favorites on the album.
One of my favorites on this album. And I don't know, but as a guy, and I think we've all been there. Why can't you bitches be normal?
Yeah.
Always got to be so extra. Like, we always felt that at one point in our lives, man. Yeah, so this is a pretty good dope track. I guess Eminem has kind of been dating since, I don't know. Like I said, I don't follow the celebrity lifestyle or whatever, but you kind of get the impression that he's been dating and putting himself out there, got a new relationship, whatever. Could be about Kim, it could be about anybody. I don't know. I really don't follow that.
Yeah.
Just take the song as for what it is. Yeah, as a guy, yeah, we all feel a certain type of
most definitely
way.
I think
super dope cut.
I can't.
It's got glimpses of old Eminem where he gets like tells these stories.
Yeah.
If you broke it down like bar for bar, like, oh, I get that bar, and it's kind of like, it's kind of the cliche bar. That rhyme scheme was kind of like, A, B, A, C, or whatever. But yeah, he has these bars, he lines them up, and he tells a story, he paints a picture, and you can follow along literally from the beginning of the song to the end of the song, and he just paints this picture. Not only does he paint this picture, but he paints a picture that most guys can relate to. We've all been there before. So yeah, this is one of my favorite tracks on the album.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't remember exactly when he stopped rapping about Kim and Haley every single album. But I mean, yeah, like he got to be putting himself out there to still be in relationships, to continue to come up with all these relationship themed tracks.
Yeah, and honestly, at the end of the day, like, it's a goofy ass track. Like,
oh yeah,
there's no doubt about it. Goofy, man. It's a silly ass track, but it's relatable, man. It's relatable. We've all been there.
Hell yeah.
A lot of it's just bullshit, you know, the male ego or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we can laugh it off, but at the same time, like, you know, it's got some all good jokes contain some real shit. This is definitely one of those albums, or one of the songs of the album. It's kind of a joking, light humor, but it's got some truth to it.
Yeah, for sure. Track 6, we got M Calls Paul, which he rarely does. M barely. I think he called him back on Encore, and it was like he was doing like some stupid robot voice. But on here, he's calling Paul. No, I'm not gonna reply to every single person. But he found somebody, and he's trying to hunt him down, and it's hysterical. And the funniest thing to me about this is that you can hear the GPS faintly in the background.
I swear, like we were talking about it earlier, like I listened to most albums with my headphones in. The GPS voice and the background comes on. I pull my phone like, damn, did I leave ways open? Like, what? I arrived at my destination like 2 hours ago. Like, yeah, that was funny.
Turn right.
But the skit, yeah, it's so. I don't know who he's talking about on this album or on this skit or whatever. I don't know who he's referencing. If it's actually a real person or if it's just like made up.
Everybody on the internet has a voice now.
Man. That shit is funny as hell. You can't tell me that shit's not funny, man.
Yeah, I think I laugh every time I hear it.
Yeah, for real. I think I found him. I'm gonna fuck him up.
I'll call you back.
Alright, I'm gonna call you back.
Track 7. Track 7 is called Stepping Stone, man. I think this is one of my favorite tracks. He gets into some real stuff as far as D12, what happened with Proof, what he wishes he could have done, but what's done is done. You know, with Bizarre, like everybody I I don't know everybody. I don't remember if Swifty put out an album. Con Artist is Mr. Porter, I think. And he got heavily into production. He's made a lot of dope beats.
Yeah. Conniva's a beast, man.
And Proof, man. But I remember on the D12 albums, we used to talk about Con Artist and Conniva and their chemistry and their back and forth. It was so dope. Yeah. And then Proof put out a solo. Searching for Jerry Garcia is underrated as hell. And then what happened when he passed? What happened with the group? You know, M struggles in between like Encore and Relapse. And
Bizarre put out an album out.
Yeah, I think I even had Bizarre's first album.
Like Strange Circus or something like that.
Something like that. And Bizarre, man, you gotta be a special type of personality to get into Bizarre.
Nah, but Eminem touched on it though. Like that shit was the truth, man.
Yeah, he was a Rockstar. And Biz, I forgot to tell you, Rockstar was the shit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so it's my only beef with this track, like I love this track because for us, like this was like our high school days. Like,
yeah.
Talking about the shit that we grew up like.
Devil's Night, D12 World.
Like the new D12, like what's going on with Eminem? What's going on with this is what we were into at that time.
These chicks don't even know the name of my band.
But yeah, it was like super cool to hear like bring up some of the old stuff from back in the day.
Yeah.
My only beat with this track though is like I wasn't really feeling production, man. I wasn't really feeling that beat. But lyrics wise and content wise, yeah, it was a super dope track.
Yeah, man. That's what I was gonna say. I was telling either you or Mary, somebody. I was telling somebody I wish D12 would have put out like one last like third album, like a Proof tribute album or something. But you know, M was going through his stuff and never happened.
But he kind of touched on that, like the death of Proof or whatever, like killed the group.
Yeah.
Killed it. And it's unfortunate because like you said, Proof was he was nasty.
Yeah, Proof was such a beast. I think Proof was my favorite non-Eminem D12 member. I mean, we used to go back and forth. I forget who you was trying to vouch for, but I was like, nah, man, you gotta listen to Proof, man. Proof killed this track, man. And it was that one track where they were all talking about on Devil's Night, where they were all talking about like being bullied and standing out. And at the end of the track, it was toward the end of that first album.
Yeah, Conniva was always my favorite out of D12 though. You know, obviously other than Eminem.
Yeah. And then track 8 is called Not Alike, man. Track 8 is practically the standout of the whole album. Royce the 5'9", like we said a couple episodes ago, Royce the 5'9" comes on and shows everybody once again why he's the most underrated in hip hop.
Swear, man. You have to give Royce the 5'9" props.
Yes.
Credit, because he is not scared to get on a track with Eminem.
Nah.
And even though they're on the same track, he will go bar for bar.
This is
Eminem.
This is another one.
I no problem saying that Royce the 5'9" is probably the most underrated mainstream artist like today.
Yes.
He has to be. He has to be.
Yes.
God damn it, man.
This is another track where like the track with Joyner, M spits in like 3 different cadences, 3 different rhyme schemes, and toward the end of that like second or third rhyme schemes, we do the subliminal, metaphysical, me and Nickel identical. Like that's the only thing I can say that he said on there. So if Eminem considers somebody on his level, then Royce is nice.
Yeah, Eminem knows for sure that Royce the 5'9" is on the same level as him. As far as delivery, bars,
I don't do Jordans or Audemars.
Rhyme scheme, yeah. Royce the 5'9" is up there, man.
I do semi-autos and Molotovs. when the camera's on, man, I can't remember lyrics.
Nah, he my favorite Royce line from that was you could probably everybody doing chick joints. You could probably rob these little dudes at fist point. Everybody used to bite nickel. Now they doing Bitcoin. Like, he's killing that shit, man. Royce is nasty. Royce is nasty.
And then,
but towards the end, the Eminem comes in and he kind of does this. He does the same flow. He starts off the same flow as Royce the 5'9". Then Eminem does that like super hyped. He just goes into a different gear where he just starts like bar. His delivery was insane.
Insane.
So this is one of my favorite tracks on the album.
This is the track where he also referenced Machine Gun Kelly, right? Like the first person to actually make a song replying to Eminem.
Yeah, he comes at Machine Gun. And I don't have, because you already know who you are, Kelly. Like that was a silly ass line.
Yeah,
and I'm not too familiar with the history between these guys. Like I didn't know Machine Gun Kelly had took shots at me. Like I don't know, like I know who Machine Gun Kelly is, but honestly, like I'm not checking for Machine Gun Kelly.
I think after Kid Cudi came out like 10 years ago, I was listening to like Chip the Ripper who messed with Cudi, and I think that I don't know how I discovered Machine Gun Kelly. I listened to a couple of his mixtapes. I think it was called like Lace Up 2 or something, before he even got signed to Bad Boy, and I tried to get into him, and not even on like M said about Lil Yachty. It's not for me. I'm not dissing. It's just not for me. And I'm just not an MGK fan.
Yeah, he's a talented dude. You know what I mean? Like,
so I haven't heard the diss that Machine Gun Kelly put out.
You haven't heard it?
Nah, I never listened to it.
You're doing the people a disservice, man. Why are we even here?
That's why I got you on here, because you have heard it.
Yeah. And, okay, if we're gonna jump into that, like, yeah, it was it was decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like first of all, props, because you responded.
Yeah,
you responded. Props. It didn't take you long. It didn't take you long at all. It was like within a week. When you came out, you dropped that shit. So props for that. But, son, I don't think you know what you're getting yourself into. I really don't. Like Eminem, he might just let that shit go. He might just let it ride. He might just let it go. I don't think he will, but he might. Because if he does let it ride, it just tells you, like, it was. In terms of like a diss track, like it was solid. It was solid. It's nothing. It's not gonna blow your mind. You literally said nothing and didn't surprise anybody. Like none of your bars like, oh damn, Eminem. There's no way you can come back to this. Like no, you took all the Eminem stuff that everybody knows. And you kind of try to make a joke out of it or whatever.
Yeah.
And that fucking shovel, like bro, that was corny as hell. Like you're literally eating cereal in a diss track, and you spit it out.
He made a video?
Yeah, it's like a World Star hip hop exclusive. My man is like shirtless, covered in tattoos and shit, like eating cereal. And like one of his powerful bars, like he spits the cereal out. Come on, man. Like if that's all it takes to be hard in the rap game, I eat cereal. I got a garage full of shovels. I got rakes. I got shovels, rakes.
Gangster rapper, my guy.
Like, what's up, World Star Hip Hop? Come holler at you. Like, I got bars, bro. I got bars. But yeah, like, in terms of a diss track, though, like, props, because you came out and you responded to Eminem. He had a couple lines that were like, you know, like, damn, okay, he went there. But at the same time, like, I could have wrote diss track to Eminem and said the exact same shit. It was like all clearly stuff that everybody already knows.
But he called him one of the greatest rappers of all time multiple times, right?
Yeah, he gave him props and then dissed him at the same time. Like, bro, what are you doing?
That's counterproductive.
It was no ether. You know what I mean? Like, it was nothing. There's none of that. Solid. Props for responding. Props for coming out. But yeah, like I said, like you kind of touched on, like Machine Gun Kelly, he's not for me, man. He's not for me.
Yeah.
If you like Machine Gun Kelly, like it's cool. I respect that.
Yeah.
Like, he's talented. Like he's got some talent.
Everybody has fans.
You're going to Eminem, bro.
You're out of your element.
Straight up.
All right, man. Track 9 is called Fall. I think this is gonna be a single. I think a video is coming out for this. And
track 9 is called Kamikaze, bro.
No, they fixed it. I'm not. When it first came out, tracks 9 and 10's titles were flip flopped. And the streaming services have fixed it. When I get my physical copy, yes. I hope they fix it.
Yeah, 9 is Kamikaze. They fixed it.
Also, Wikipedia didn't fix it. That's my bad.
9 is Kamikaze. Yeah.
This is gonna be an episode full of flaws. If you have been with me through the whole episode, you know why I have flubbed a lot this episode. So, track 9 is the title track called Kamikaze. Yeah. I'm a kamikaze fucking crashing into everything. Yeah, I will say that...
And he originally released the album and the titles were backwards or whatever.
The beat is goofy. but M's delivery matches it, and I enjoy this track. My guest / co-host does not.
Yeah. This is probably the weakest track on the whole album. It's Eminem, right? Like that was his formula, and it worked for him.
Yeah.
This beat is like so cheesy, man. And I feel like if you cut this beat out and just listen to the lyrics, like you're like, okay, yeah, this is a cool little song. He's saying some shit, but nah, I can't vibe with this beat, man. I can't picture myself doing anything to the song, like driving. If I pull up to a red light, and like, what is this dude like watching like a circus? Like how?
Ed, that's what I was gonna ask you.
I have no idea. I might have been gym like shoulder presses like nah, it ain't going down. I don't know where I'm going to listen to the song with this crazy ass production.
In the background, is he saying fag? Is he saying fuck? Is he saying fack?
I think he's saying facts, but I don't know.
I think he's saying fack in reference to the track that was on like his greatest hits album back in like 2005.
I hear facts, but I don't know.
Hey, it's Eminem, man. I've tried like 4 episodes straight. I've tried to curse as less as possible on the Rec League podcast, but it's Eminem, man. Like a couple expletives are gonna come out.
I know we weren't cursing. My bad. Dang.
Nah, like I'm not gonna restrict my guests to monitor their language and nothing. I'm just saying I'm trying not to. But yeah, like I enjoy this track. The beat switches up toward the end, and
it does. Better part, yeah.
So track 10 is called Fall.
It's too late.
Yeah. The dude, I don't know the dude who sings the background vocals, but he's like kind of, because of the homophobic language, and you know, we live in a PC society. M ain't gonna change what he rap about, man. M, for what you want to call him, is an old man who's stuck in his ways, and he doesn't care about your social restrictions nowadays.
Yeah, this is the one where he goes at Tyler the Creator, right?
Yeah. And that again, that bar was dope.
Lyrics, though, everybody's like he had a homophobic slur or whatever. Like, okay, like let's be honest. Like, I don't want to get too deep on the music portion of the podcast or whatever, but yeah, it's fucked up. You can't be out here talking about, you know, gay people or whatever. Because at the end of the day, they're a human being. Like, you love who you love.
Yeah.
I mean, like, no sweat off my back. You're happy, like, that's fine. Man.
Yeah, do what you do as long as you happy.
Your life, man. I'm trying to live my best life. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. So, and yeah, anybody who uses homophobic slurs or slurs to bring anybody down, yeah, I'm at a point in my life where I really can't vibe with you. But if you look at the lyrics of the song, he didn't call him, like, I think the general population thinks that he called him a faggot, but he didn't say faggot. It's blurred out. I think he's actually quoting Tyler the Creator himself and saying, "You called yourself a fairy," and I would agree with that. Like he's agreeing with what Tyler the Creator said about himself. So I thought that was like way misconstrued. Like
yeah. Once again, I'm not an Odd Future Tyler the Creator fan, but I know that he does reference.
I like Tyler.
I know that he does call himself a faggot. I know he does reference himself as like he's trying to like flip the general assumption of what like gay slurs are maybe, and M took that and tried to like flip it back maybe, and the whole Twitter community.
I got to pull up right here. It's like, I see why you called yourself a fairy, bitch. It's not because you lack attention. It's because you worship Deto's balls. That's sacrilegious. Yeah, like he's basically more or less quoting Tyler.
And that line, worshiping ball, sacrilegious. That's classic. That's genius wordplay.
Yeah. It was a good little bar right there. Good little setup.
And this,
I think the internet took it a little out of context.
yeah,
Like I saw a lot of clickbait articles like Eminem is a homophobic. Like he might be. I don't know. I don't know Eminem on a personal level. Like I really don't. But in this terms right here, like he was literally quoting Tyler the Creator, talking about himself, and he used it against himself. Like this is what hip hop is. Like when you're going at somebody, you bring whatever arsenal you have.
Yeah.
Okay. And if Tyler the Creator called himself a fairy, so Eminem would say, like, yeah, you called yourself a fairy. Like it's fair game, man. It's fair game.
Yeah.
You said it about yourself.
You put yourself out there so I can flip it.
It's hip hop, man.
Yeah. And it's like the people, the youth uprising, the voice of Twitter, everything has to be PC. If you say anything on the fence, offensive, people take it, run with it, blow out of proportion. Now Eminem is this old man who doesn't like gay people, and
yeah, which I kind of get to an extent. Like I'm there. Like yeah, you can't be out here like throwing shade or hating or being a bigot. Like yeah, that's true, man.
Hey,
but in this instance, it doesn't fit, man.
Exactly.
I think you're reaching here. I really think you're reaching here.
Of course.
He said some fucked up shit before. Like yeah, he really has. I'm not even going to deny that. I'm not going to try to defend it. I don't agree with anything that he's kind of said in terms of that, me personally. But in the terms of like this right here, this particular instance, like there's nothing wrong with this. In my opinion.
Of course, we don't know M.
He literally quoted somebody.
Yeah, we don't know M. We're fans, but I'm gonna reference the Grammys back in like 02, 03, where dude took the stage with Elton John.
Yeah.
If you don't like gay people, you ain't taking the stage with Elton John.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. And this is also the track where he references Joe Budden, who Joe Budden was just on his podcast talking about Revival, and as another detractor of Revival, like there are fans out there. I haven't seen anybody, but they're out there. There are people out there talking about Joe Budden has no space in hip hop, talking about Eminem. He's not on Eminem's level. If you trying to knock Joe Budden lyrically and have not heard Padded Room, you have no weight. The whole Mood music series, you have no place in an M versus Budden discussion. I'm a fan of both of them. I haven't heard Joe Budden's podcast through and through. I've heard his reply to M on his podcast, and he's taken the condescending stance of, I don't rap anymore, I have a podcast. So I'm not going to reply. I'm going to just sit on my show and say that what you said about me was trash. You said you saw his reply too? Okay, man. So you said that you saw the Budden reply?
Yeah, yep.
And what you think about what he said?
I think he's out of his goddamn mind, honestly.
Yeah, like.
Okay. I'm a fan of Joe Budden. Like.
Yeah. We both like Budden.
I've been with Budden from his Def Jam days, the
Pump it up.
I actually took the album and chopped and screwed it. Me personally, because there was some heavy ass bass in the album, like low key. The album bang.
Just Blaze.
That was when the chop and screw shit was just hitting the scene.
Yeah.
I took a rapper from New Jersey and I chopped and screwed his album. And I made that shit nice. To the point where I was giving it out to friends and shit at school. That shit was nice. He had some heavy ass hitters on that album. So I've been riding with Joe Budden for a while. But Joe Budden, you said you for the past 10 years you have been a better lyricist or better rapper or whatever than Eminem has. Man, you have your podcast, you're having success. Like, just do you, man. Just do you. You're out of your mind. None of your peers have ever considered you a GOAT. None. Eminem, who everybody says is the GOAT in the game right now, they would probably name Eminem as one of the GOATs. They would. They're not naming Joe Budden.
Facts.
They're not. You're not going to ask Jay-Z, who's top 10 lyricist in the game. He's not going to say Joe Budden.
Jay have problems with Budden too.
He's not going to say Joe Budden. Despite that, he's not going to say Joe Budden. Like, Joe Budden, you are nice, man. Nobody can argue that. But no, you're in a different league, man. You're in a different league. No.
My thing is, you ain't gonna be signed to Shady as a part of Slaughterhouse, and in the back of your head be like, man, our boss is trash. I'm better than my boss.
I almost say that's kind of natural, but when you break it down and you really start to look at it, like Joe Budden, like, no, you're out of your rabbit ass mind. Like, there's no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he took issue with M criticizing younger rappers for having ghostwriters. As long as I've been a hip-hop fan, which is a very, very long time, rappers who write their own stuff have always clowned other artists who have somebody else write their bars. You're not a hip-hop artist. I don't care. Like, that's my opinion. You're not a real rapper if you don't write your own stuff.
Yeah, I think I kind of touched on that. I think hip-hop is the one genre to where it's all about you.
Yeah.
Like, you could be a country music star or whatever, and somebody else writes your lyrics. I mean, you could be a pop star and have a co-writer. But
exactly.
Hip-hop is the one genre where it's you. If it's not you, you're a fraud.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're a fraud.
Like, being fake in hip-hop is illegal.
I don't want to hear none of this ghostwriting shit. And Eminem touches on that. Like, you have a ghostwriter, well, I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. That's me. That's we're getting kind of sidetracked here, or whatever. But yeah, Joe Budden. Like, I love you, man. Like, I have a lot of your albums. I have a lot of your mixtapes. I still go back and bump some of that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
But nah, you're not in the same league, man. You're not top 10. You're not top 20, bro. You're not.
He was damn near third or fourth best in Slaughterhouse, honestly. I would put Royce and Ortiz over Budden.
Yeah.
And that's not even to slight Crooked.
Yeah. He's not touching Ortiz, and you're not even on the same planet as Royce 5'9". You're not.
That's I feel like an asshole.
Yeah, we taking super jabs at Budden right now, but it's all love, man. Like, I really do love Budden, but we had to talk about it. We had to touch on it. Like,
the spirit of competition in hip hop has been lost.
And Joe Budden came across super butthurt, man.
Yeah.
Like, anybody who watched that video, like, your butt was like throbbing in pain. Like,
and
you were so mad.
And he just had a bunch of yes men around him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I've been a better rapper than you for the past 10 years. And man was like, that's true. Get out of here.
But if
man.
M was in the room, he would have said M was better.
Get out of here. No, I don't mean no disrespect. But you better. What do you say? You better fasten it. Yeah, come on.
Yeah. The closest thing you had to hit to smacking bitches.
Smacking bitches. Come on, man.
That line was dope. It got personal, and Budden got butthurt.
Tracks post like a couple albums. First couple albums was all about bitches, man. Like, come on, man. Nobody got time for that shit.
Yeah.
Sidetrack. Love you. I love you, Joe Budden. Love you, man.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Like, I think Padded Room is a classic, hands down.
I love you, bro.
I think I heard Padded Room in an Altered State of Mind before, and that shit hit me.
Yeah, Padded Room is sick. So where we at? We are
track 11,
right?
Nice Guy
with Jesse Ruiz. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Jesse Reyes.
Reyes, yeah, my bad.
This is that suck my dick. You fucking suck, man. Yeah, and then
this is another good hype track.
Again, I don't remember the lyrics, but the delivery was dope from Jesse Reyes.
This and track number 12 kind of the opposite of track number 11, which is kind of dope that he did that.
Yeah, the way that they come in, like the transition in between tracks is seamless. Like, I don't know, I don't catch where one ends and one begins.
Yeah, they play off each other perfectly. So I thought towards the tail end of the album, I thought these are two solid tracks.
Yeah,
honestly.
And then the last track was the track that he teased for the Venom soundtrack, called Venom. Lyrically, I think it's dope, but I don't really like this chorus.
I really don't like this song together as a whole. I really don't. Lyrically, it's decent, but it's kind of like all over the place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's got a lot of different thoughts jumping in and out.
Venom has a lot of different thoughts.
Yeah, and he does this with his past like 4 or 5 albums. Like he did that one track for the Call of Duty or whatever. I can't remember. I think it was on a Recovery.
Oh.
Yeah, I think he did it again. Yeah, but it's like
I think I know what
has
you're talking
these
about.
tracks where he's like trying to make like something for a soundtrack, if you will.
Yeah.
And he tried a little too hard.
Yeah.
This is probably my second least favorite song on the track.
Hey, but
From the album.
the way he ended it was stupid dope. He talking about all the kids that grew up on his music. So Eddie Brock is you, and I'm the suit.
Nice. Yeah, that was nice.
That's stupid dope.
Yeah, that was real nice. I'm responsible for you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
because your parents, your dumbass parents, were bumping my shit.
yeah.
I take some responsibility for your dumbass. Yeah. So that was cold. That was cold. But and the bigger picture, like this track, it was kind of all over the place.
Yeah. For YouTube purposes, my 5-scale rating system. So out of 5, what do you give this as an album?
Probably a 4, man. I could argue like 3.75 or whatever, but I'd probably give it a 4. It's better than his past couple releases.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make my top 5 albums of the year, but I would be lying if I didn't say like I've been playing this like nonstop since it came out. Not gonna lie, not gonna front. He's got some crazy tracks on here. I had some favorites that I'll listen. It's got some skippers on it. Like I'll skip a couple tracks. But yeah, it's a dope album. It's good to hear Eminem and people, hip hop fans. Stop being so soft, man. Stop being soft. If you can't handle some bars, some subliminal shots,
Definite cosign.
You're in the wrong genre. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go listen to something else, man. Everybody's like, he's a bitter old man. Nah, this is hip hop.
Yeah, this is hip hop.
It's competition. It's competition, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I gotta say, man.
Definitely,
I
man.
really like it.
I'm right there with you, man. 4 out of 5. And my knock is really the production. Like the beats don't match up. Like we said thoroughly that he needs more Dre in his production.
Oh, Dre, man, come on, man, help the boy out, man.
And it's not falling on deaf ears, man. I know that Bun B dropped a new album the exact same day. Next episode, I will talk about that Bun B. OldManLawrence is welcome to jump in. I'm gonna spend the next 2 weeks bumping that Bun.
Oh yeah.
And so that's it for episode 4, man. The longest episode I've done so far, man. Whether you listening, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, whether you on YouTube, I appreciate you if you stuck the whole way through. And that's it. So chill until the next episode.
Love you, Joe Budden.